Hare Krishna, friends. I know you studied for weeks, but the results crushed your spirit. You poured your heart into a relationship, but still ended up broken. You keep creating, posting, showing up, but growth feels impossible. Life feels frozen. And somewhere deep inside, a voice whispers, "What is the point of trying if I don't get what I want?" That suffocating weight of anxiety, helplessness, and burnout is everywhere. Students, professionals, creators, we are all drowning our self worth in results. This is the prison we have built, not from doing too much, but from wanting too much. We are exhausted, not by the work, but by the outcome obsession. But what if we could just work as hard and still be unshakable? In chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna reveals a spiritual law that has liberated millions. You have the right to perform your actions, but never to the results. This isn't about abandoning your dreams, it's about abandoning your fear. Krishna is telling Arjun, detach from the results, and you will discover real power. Because when you are anxious about success, your energy bleeds everywhere. But when you are laser focused on effort alone, you become calm, sharp, and unstoppable. That's not philosophy, that's neuroscience. That's flow state, and Krishna revealed it in Bhagavad Gita. Once a wandering sage owned almost nothing, no money, no home, just a single polished brass bowl, his only possession. He used it to gather food and drink water. One day, while resting under a tree, a monkey snatched the bowl and scrambled up the branches. The sage panicked. He shouted, pleaded, even wept. Villagers were stunned. One asked, "Why are you, such a wise sage, so disturbed over a bowl?" The sage stopped, embarrassed. He looked up at the monkey, then down at himself. He smiled and said, "Thank you. I thought I had renounced the world, but I was clinging to this one thing. Now I'm truly free." The monkey dropped the bowl. It shattered, but the sage sat beneath the tree, laughing peacefully, because he has finally let go. Detachment isn't about giving up the world, it's about not letting the world own your peace. Even a brass bowl can enslave us when the mind gets attached. Detachment isn't about owning nothing, it's about nothing owning you. Picture this: you are in a job interview, you have prepared brilliantly, but the moment you think, "What if I mess up?" your voice trembles, your focus shatters. But if you say, "My job is to show up, stay present, and speak from the heart," you will excel. Because you're not performing for an outcome, you're simply expressing from your core. Whether it's exams, relationships, career goals, the Gita's message is crystal clear. Do your best, but don't let the result define your worth. Why? Because you're not your grades, you're not your job title, you're not the followers count on your content. You are the eternal self, the Atma, unbreakable, undenying, and far beyond success or failure. Let's discuss 3-step practice to detach from outcomes. Step 1: rewire your definition of success. Most people define success as getting what I want, but Gita defines success as doing what is right with full effort, without fear or greed. Every night before sleeping, ask yourself, did I do my best today, or was I chasing approval? This recenters your self-worth around effort, not outcome. Step 2: ritualize your surrender. After completing a task, whether it's exam, interview, post, project, etc., take 30 seconds to say, "This action was mine. The result is Krishna's. I release all anxiety now." This micro practice breaks the mental habit of obsessing over results. It's like pressing the let go button in your nervous system. Many modern creators, CEOs, and performers do a version of this, even if they don't realize it's Vedic. Step 3: serves something bigger than you. When you do something for just yourself, every outcome feels personal. Every failure feels like a blow to your identity. But when you work for a higher purpose, to help, to uplift, grow others, detachment becomes natural. Gita calls this yajna, sacred, selfless action. Reframe your work. I am not studying for the grades. I am preparing to serve society. I am not creating content just for likes. I am healing someone's day. Suddenly, your work has a meaning, not just pressure. So, next time life doesn't go your way, ask yourself, am I upset because I failed or because I was attached to the outcome? What would it look like if you just did your best and trusted the rest? What would it feel like to be truly free from the pressure to always win? Krishna says, the wise grieve neither from the living nor the dead because they know who you are is far greater than anything you gain or lose. You don't need to control the future, you just need to control the present. And in that surrender, peace begins. You don't have to give up your dreams. You just have to stop tying your peace to their outcomes. You are not a result machine. You are a soul with the power to act fully and surrender freely. So, what's your brass bowl? What are you clinging to that's keeping you from being truly free? If this message touched you, tell us in the comments what's one result you are ready to stop clinging to today. We are walking this path with you. Subscribe for the next video in the Gita series where Krishna reveals the secret of action in chapter 3. Until then, do your best, let go of the rest. Before you go, if your heart holds a prayer, a question, or a quiet tear, write a letter to Krishna or send your voice note. Email it to modernaimystic@gmail.com. You may include your name or remain anonymous. Your heart is enough. Every Saturday we read these sacred offerings. Your words may become a light for someone else. Hare Krishna and take care.